Yo, what up? This is the No Pigeon Podcast. This is your host, Yucca, and I got some baffling fucking news today. Some baffling fucking news, right? And since I've gotten the news, it's been reported they're trying to backtrack and call it satire, but I'm not going to let that shit slide. So, a European trans whatever group called the TCMA Transcultural Mindfulness Alliance posted today Aretha Franklin's 1968 song Natural Woman perpetuates multiple harmful anti-trans stereotypes. There is no such thing as a natural woman. This song has helped inspire acts of harm against transgender women. TCMA is requesting it is removed from Spotify and Apple Music, right? And further in, they commented on somebody else saying, there is no meaningful difference between cisgender women and transgender women. So they're doubling down. But they're supposedly going out and saying that this is a satire group, right? Why do I not believe that? Well, first of all, if you're fighting for trans rights, why would you say some shit so boldly crazy in the name of what? Transgender comedy? I don't really get their angle, right? I really don't get their angle, but what can you do, right? They're claiming to be a satire site now, but this kind of reply is funny as hell. Y'all really take yourselves too seriously. The transphobic hate that TCMA has been receiving is very concerning. So at what point do you guys use the term transphobia and call it satire? And at what point do you guys not call it satire? Like, it sounds very convoluted, the term that you're using and how you're using it. Let's see here. Anyway, let's get into the report from the New York Post or the NY Post or whatever. According to the organization's original bio on the social media platform, they aim to promote cultural changes to ensure the inclusivity of trans individuals. The account's moderator also declared in a now deleted tweet that they were not, in fact, a parody account, but rather that they were trying to make culture more fair for transgender individuals. Another declaration that they were most certainly not a parody account was still alive as of Tuesday night. So they're backtracking and they're deleting shit and trying to make it sound like they're joking, because clearly the backlash that they got was so embarrassing, so humiliating to this organization that they had to start backtracking and acting like they were lying. Because the problem is a lot of these woke activists, they don't go get checked. They go around just speaking this nonsense unchecked. So when people debate them and actually check them, they have nothing to say. They have nothing to say. Just like the Matt Walsh situation when he was on Dr. Phil, right? What is a woman? That scenario. These activists had nothing to say. They couldn't argue their claim because they don't sit and think on it in that introspectively, or that they don't cross-reference. They just, anything that rides with what they're saying, they're just going to take that as fact. They're going to take it as gospel. You hear some of the crazy shit they say about how 99% of scientists actually agree. Like, maybe these new age woke scientists, but if you go 10 years ago, these scientists would have just laughed at you, right? But now you're not allowed to. And who's funding these scientists, right? So, and that's another variable that needs to be factored in, right? But anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and say that they didn't make a joke out of that. They meant that shit, because, like, let's be real. If you called a transgender woman nowadays an unnatural woman, they would be in uproar. So why, just logically, think about it logically, why wouldn't they be offended by that song, right? Because it rubs in their face that they're not natural women, right? Not women to begin with, but that's a whole different story, right? So before the so-called satirists came clean, many Twitter users were outraged by the opinion about the Queen of Soul's work and questioned the legitimacy of their claims. So someone heard the song and attacked trans people. One person wrote in response, "What are things that never happened for $400? Okay, Jeopardy. Another wrote, "Oh my God, get a life and stop trying to cancel everything. How sad and pathetic one's life must be if this is a priority to you. This is a great song. You go, girl," at Aretha Franklin. Rest in peace, Aretha Franklin, by the way, who was a legend, right? But let's see. before the so-called satirists came clean, many Twitter users, I already read that. Someone else typed, it's a great song and I'm going to listen to it right now because of this post. Thanks. So hold up. So you're saying it's a satire site. So y'all openly just decided to say, hey, ban this off of Spotify and whatever else venues. Haha, just a joke. Well, at what point did the haha just come in? At what point was that supposed to come in? After people's backlash? After the backlash, when y'all started deleting tweets, deleting history, and posting on your site now that you're a satire parody channel? That's bullshit. You got exposed and you're embarrassed by it. You're embarrassed by your stupidity. Okay, someone else seconded. Oh. There is a right-wing trope that claims that there are 72 genders. That is dumb as saying there are 72 skin colors. It is a bigoted statement. Gender is a spectrum, meaning that it is unlimited and constantly changing and evolving. I need to know, are you a parody account? This is January 21st, y'all. So, not that long ago. Most certainly not. This is 4 days ago, right? Yeah, 4 days ago. Most certainly not, they replied. See, this shit is nonsense. Like, this is embarrassing. And you know, they love to target black people, if you haven't noticed. They target look at the African American history, whatever, that they're pushing in the media and making it sound like Ron DeSantis is anti-black, when in actuality they already teach black history, right? They already teach black history. This new Trojan horse that they're implementing in the school, or trying to implement in the schools, have topics such as black gender queer studies. You see what I'm saying? It's a Trojan horse. They're planting in little LGBT brainwash to children under the guise of African or black history, right? Any African person, any person of black descent that isn't biased with all this stuff, know that the black community isn't really the most pro-LGBT community. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they're targeting the black community, because historically, and even now, they know due to their whole intersectional victim Olympics and victim podiums, the black the group of blackness is high, ranked high up on there. So they have to be very careful on how they target the black community. They're not going to just openly say how they hate black men and black culture and this and that. Instead, they slowly try to implement it into the kids. You notice how they're always attacking the kids to the point where they ban the word groomer in some places. It's a trigger word now. You can't even use the word online and stuff. So, yeah, they try to limit speech, and that goes to show you, for those that believe in the Western world being free and free speech in America and so forth, well, they don't believe in that. They do not believe in that. And literally, by trying to limit speech, that goes to tell you that. So they're already trying to backtrack, right? Let's see here. thepinknews.com. I wonder what they're referring to and what their whole MO is. No, trans activists aren't trying to cancel Aretha Franklin. Okay. Fact check. Is it a fact check? Another again, we got this covered.com. No, trans people are not trying to cancel Aretha Franklin. Do you guys notice how they just like verbatim copy each other and spew the same rhetoric? It's almost like someone writes it for them, right? It's almost like it's pre-planned. It's like when the majority backlash, all of a sudden they all start saying the same things in return, right? Just like, you know, the jab, you know, stuff with the jab, right? They have a lot. They were all using the same rhetoric in unison. You know what I mean? So they're regretting it. They're regretting it, and they're trying to play it off. And because the liberal media is so powerful, so fucking powerful, that they won't even be able to. The average person won't even know, you know. And if they hear about this, they're just gonna, oh yeah, no, that was debunked. That's what they're gonna say, right? They're not gonna look any further into it and see the history behind this channel. And even then, they deleted a bunch of shit, right? That didn't match with their new narrative that they're a parody account. Y'all trans people is an incredibly offensive way to describe trans people. See, it's a black woman, right? It's a black woman that they're targeting. Let's see here. No Name Jane, also a black woman, I guess, from the what you call this, the profile picture, cartoon, whatever. But you know what I'm saying? They're saying they keep pointing out black people for being transphobic, and then, oh, thank you at Daily Mail for covering our request for this song to be removed from streaming services. A bit disappointing that no one reached out to TCMA for comment. We hope to be able to speak to you in some point in the near future. Parody. Fucking hilarious. That shit is hilarious. I'm laughing so hard right now. The non-response to our request to immediately comment in this article seems transphobic. Is at Daily Mail transphobic? We would hate to have to begin a boycott. Hilarious. This is hilarious. How funny is this? Oh my goodness. But anyways, yeah, this is some real deal nonsense. How dare you try to come in for Aretha Franklin? You know what I'm saying? Like, how many drag queens historically sang to Aretha Franklin's and danced to Aretha Franklin's music, right? But y'all just see, like, please, if anyone is listening, please just look who they target. Look who they target, and then you'll see where their agenda is, right? So listen to why rap music is so scared to use the F words and the G words nowadays, right? Back when rappers were just groundbreakingly just raw. You remember that? When rappers were just raw, they say whatever the fuck. Now they don't. Now they got their nuts tied, these rappers, right? And then they dress very feminine too now. So anyways, man, this is crazy, but that's just been another one. I woke up and I've been busy all day, but I had to comment on this shit because this is fucking crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? But this is the world that the feminists really push. They push an anti-woman world. You know what I'm saying? They fought so hard that they wanted to be inclusive with everybody with no limitation. Now look, women's history is being destroyed. So, hey, y'all asked for that. So anyways, like and subscribe and comment, and anyone that wants to reach out. My email is nopigeonspodcast@outlook.com, right? Any video suggestions, anything you want to say, just comment. We got a YouTube, Instagram. Of course, we got a YouTube, because y'all motherfuckers on the YouTube watching, but Instagram at No Pigeon Podcast, Twitter, No Pigeons Pod. Just reach out, and peace.